Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl here, Ella, GPLM candidate at the University of Toronto.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenny Okmola. I'm the president and the co-founder of the Internationally Trained Lawyers Network. We are here at the ITL Conference 2026 in the city of Toronto, and it's been an amazing experience. I'm so excited to meet so many internationally trained lawyers, members of the profession, judges,
Supreme Court
members of the
judges.
academia.
Yes.
It's been an amazing couple of days, and I look forward to meeting many more people. If you were unable to join us this year, we're going to be announcing the next city pretty soon, so watch this space, watch our social media pages, and we look forward to hosting you at subsequent ITL conferences in Canada.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Today is day one of the ITL Conference. If you don't know much about the ITL Conference, it's basically a conference where internationally trained lawyers from all over Canada meet at a designated spot for a weekend and network and do different things. I'm going to be documenting my whole experience today. It's a 3-day conference, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and we'll see how all of that goes. Yeah, I look weird filming myself on the streets, but hey, it's Toronto and it's 17 degrees today, so let's go and see how that's going to work today. Hey, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos. I do all things law, documenting my legal journey out here in Ontario, Canada. So if you can see, that's the flag and that's the CN Tower somewhere over there. Let's get it. Thank you so much, Walter Delis, for sponsoring me to the ITL conference. Going in, I'm seeing all the lawyers. Hi everyone, this is Dalila. Dalila, say hi.
Hi.
Dalila is a lawyer from Mexico. So day one was not actually taking place at the Marriott. It's at Gala WLG. So we are on our way there. Your hair looks nice.
Yes.
Ooh.
Fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Once we arrive at the location, I missed the lawyer that we were following.
Anyways. We're not the only one.
No, we're not the only one. There's a couple of us. So yeah.
Oh, many.
Many. On the way to Gowling. So we finally arrived, heading to the Gowling office on the 16th floor, so it's that way. Finally, ITL Conference, yay! It's my first time in the Gowling office. Cute. No.
That sort of ends our introduction, and please feel free to meet people and network and enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
I'm filming this now for YouTube. You're on it. Say hi, Selena.
I
Selena
missed you,
came
Gala.
from Birmingham for this. I'm joking.
It's been a while.
Just concluded day one. I stayed to the end. Made a lot of great connections, met a lot of good people, and re-met a lot of familiar faces, and that was great. So we'll go home now and then prepare to come back tomorrow morning for day two. And yeah, keep watching, like, share, subscribe. Let me show you all Thursday night life in Toronto, downtown Toronto. Lovely. Downtown Toronto is so pretty at night, you guys. It is so pretty. But I swear, women suffer a lot. My toes are hurting. Like, I dress so nice, but like my toes are on fire, and I've been standing for so many hours. Standing, I haven't sat down since 6 p.m. and it's 9 p.m. Anyways, that's not your problem. Good morning, everyone. It's day two of the ITL conference, and I am heading to the venue, which is now actually the Marriott Hotel downtown Toronto. It is so cold today compared to yesterday, but yeah, let's see what day two has in store for every single one of us. Perks of coming in this early in the morning is to get breakfast and to see the streets of Toronto not yet packed with many pedestrians because everyone's going to work in comparison to yesterday when people were finishing from work. Come in and you sign in and get your name tag.
It's all good, yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Should be all in within
Pictures of the ITL conference. Done with code check, picked up my name tag. Thank God they have one of these today. And I'm gonna go have breakfast now. So this is what we're working with today. There's Oscar TV, different booths with different lawyers, which is great. Just gonna have breakfast now first. And when you sign in, they actually give you a present, which is nice. And it has some goodies in it. Some candy and a notebook. So I didn't even need to bring my notebook and a pencil. Cute. These are such cute bowls. People from the LPP, Law Practice Program, get coffee and tea. Breakfast is breakfasting. There's other booths here as well. So they're gonna have different rooms where they have different breakout sessions, and then people attend whatever it is they want to attend. The opening session this morning after breakfast is gonna start in the grand ballroom. Let's see what that looks like. Cute. I'm trying to take as much videos now before a lot of people come in.
My name is Sonia. Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Auda. Auda, nice to meet you too.
My hope for this conference is that we always can use this opportunity to find out just how we can use our experiences and skills and history to make a positive impact on the world around us as legal professionals.
ITLs, like a lot of you, I recently moved to Canada last year and left my legal career in the Philippines.
Wow.
Since then, Canada has now become my home. I remember hearing the land acknowledgements made in the seminars I first attended, and I was deeply moved by the recognition given to Indigenous peoples, as this is something we do not have in the Philippines. As a lawyer who experienced working on disputed and unrecognized land claims for Indigenous peoples, I see this acknowledgement as a step in the right direction.
And I have the great pleasure this morning of introducing our special guest. And also for those that I met last night, wonderful to see you. For those I haven't met yet, I look forward to meeting you. We are a little late today, so I am going to run through this very quickly.
And in fact, sometimes you have to work twice as hard because of where from where you're coming from, and because of the society and the challenges that you're facing in society. I think you have the capacity to become a lawyer. And so I went to Osgood Law School. I applied to various law schools back then, and I was accepted into it. So I want to say thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best for your conference. I understand you have just about 200 people here. I think it sounds to me that you have a fabulous program. I really love the energy in the room. And I want you to realize that you're courageous people. You're people who are going to make a difference in this country. You have something to contribute to this country. I'm not saying you should abandon the place that gave you birth. What I'm saying is you need to celebrate this place that's going to give you hope and opportunity. This county. And thank you so very much.
Well, we stand.
Submissions both at the provincial and national levels. She is currently a member of the CBA's National Equity Subcommittee, CBA in-house lawyers, and the chair of the CBA.
Share that sentiment. As was said earlier, networking and this type of spaces are things that are really important for the ITL journey.
now there are 3 breakout rooms. Look at how cute these balloons are. Aren't they so pretty? AI, branding and marketing and networking. So I'm gonna go to the AI one and like we'll see how that goes.
Joining us here. We won't take too much of your time, and I'm going to just invite some of our speakers to start talking about the current state of AI in legal practice, because we're not just looking at AI as an abstract topic.
And that's what you're receiving when you're there to advocate on behalf of your client. I can understand that it's shocking, and you might think there's something wrong with you.
Message to the ITL.
Everything we talked about.
Build your own Canadian experience.
That's a great one.
I don't think I need to elaborate on that, right? You are your unique self. Build your own network, your own. That's how.
Don't do things in isolation. It goes back to that. Build your community. So build your understanding of everybody in here knows for.
As a litigator, and I think as most lawyers, we're taught to issue spot. We're taught to find out worst.
This is the end of
all
day
of our
2.
incredible speakers. I hope you had a chance to meet them, mingle with them, connect with them on the internet.
It is day 3 and we are headed for the 3rd and final day of the ITL conference. It rained today, you guys, but your girl is still there, going in, walking. Gala girl. It's a Gala girl. This is probably another entrance to the Marriott, but I don't have a guest key, so I can't go in because obviously I'm not staying there. But the last few days have been really, really great. Can't wait for you guys to see everything. And today is the finale, so looking forward to wrapping it up. This is such a pretty place for a picture. You're in the vlog for the ITL conference now. We have arrived at the ITL conference. Day 3 of 3, you guys. BTS in session. This is it. This is the conference today. It's like a 360 view. But yes, we're gonna have a good time. I just met a Supreme Court Justice, so you'll see the picture.
We do have a formal evening it's scheduled to stick to, so at this time, I would like to invite Laura Bullard. She's a volunteer and a registrations lead and the compliance and privacy manager at Scotiabank. So I'd like to invite her to the stage to provide our land acknowledgement. A round of applause for Laura.
Hello everyone. So we gather today on the traditional territory of the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Anishinaabe. Today, this meeting place remains home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful for the opportunity to be gathered on this land. As lawyers, law students, and internationally trained legal professionals, each of us stands in a unique relationship to these lands, these waters, and to the relationships that continue to shape this territory. With gratitude, we gather today to celebrate this gala and carry forward our responsibility to honor this land. Thank you.
And resilience. And if I may be permitted to say so, it's exactly the kind of courage and resilience that Canada needs and that the Canadian legal profession needs. You are on your way to joining a profession in which I've been very proud to have been a member for more than 30 years. It has given me many more opportunities than I ever could have imagined. Then to Ottawa, then to Toronto again, and now I'm back in Ottawa. I have some personal understanding of what it means to arrive somewhere without any network, without a community, and to have to build one from scratch. It's something that I think we have in common.
Tonight is not just about recognizing the small things or the big things, it's about recognizing all the bumps, the challenges, and the obstacles along the way, because that's what makes you who you are and the type of lawyer that you are. So, it is my absolute pleasure to help tell your stories this evening, and it is my privilege to welcome you to the Internationally Trained Lawyers Impact Awards. Welcome.
Built differently on purpose. An award-winning firm, Wilo is known for its dynamic team of experienced, creative, and determined lawyers. A recognized trailblazer, she has received multiple national honors, including 100 Black Women to Watch in Canada. Congratulations, Dr. A.K.A.
The Diversity Champion Award recognizes a leader who tirelessly amplifies underrepresented voices to create a more inclusive legal profession. And tonight, we honor Antonio Urdaneta, my friend, that is my respect, wonderful friend of that. So please join us on stage with our sponsor, the University of Alberta.
Really oversees the development of programs designed to support internationally trained lawyers as well as Canadian law graduates through the Ontario licensing and NC examination. Imon Exam Prep is proud to support candidates at every stage of the journey toward becoming licensed legal professionals in Ontario.
Osgood Professional Development is a lifelong learning arm of Osgood Hall Law School, offering a broad and flexible range of interdisciplinary graduate-level education for professionals. Committed to supporting internationally trained lawyers and law graduates, Osgood PP integrates international legal talent into the Canadian legal system.
Hi Sam, how has your time been at the ITL Conference 2026?
Good. I think there have been some really amazing networking events and some really amazing speakers, and it's been just an amazing time.
How about you, Kai?
It's been great to reconnect with people that I met at other networking events and to hear from such inspiring internationally trained lawyers and other lawyers in the field.
Thank you so much. Say bye.
Hi, my name is Rachel Sachs. I am the conference planning chair for this year's 2026 ITL Conference and Gala. I am really excited to tell you that we have had an amazing 3 days with incredible sponsors and an incredible team who has helped me put this together. They are going to be shouted out at the end of the night, so you know, if you're watching, please stick around for that. And also we're going to call out all of the people who are here from the various RODA, that's Roundtable of Legal Diversity Associations organizations, because we all deserve to know who these amazing people are and how we can get involved.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Faye.
I'm Koye.
And we are at the ITL Conference, or we're at the Gala.
Yep.
It's been fantastic so far.
Awesome.
It's been great, you know, kind of running into different people and making connections and sharing our stories.
Meeting new people and hearing them share their stories. I've been able to resonate with their stories, and it's always beautiful when you hear people's journey and you see the resilience, you see the determination, the doggedness towards getting their goal, and for me that is simply amazing.
It's one step at a time, I think, is where I would start. The community is getting larger and it's getting stronger, and so there's a lot more information out there now. It's easier to find people to connect with and to be able to follow in their footsteps. So I'd say one step at a time. Reach out, LinkedIn, you know, find people who look like you, who've been on this journey, reach out and, you know, have them share their stories. And that way they can probably start some sort of informal mentorship that helps you kind of cut through the noise and be able to kind of reach your target.
Start, just start. Don't think, just start. Because the journey sometimes, when you suck yourself into how do I get through this process, I have to write NCAs, I have to write the bar, I have to article. Just start. Take it one step at a time, like you said. And before you know it, you'll be welcoming new ITLs into the profession.
Like me!
Like you!
Thank you so much!
You're welcome!
Hi, I'm Michael Tam, proud sponsor of the ITL Conference on behalf of Osgood PD. This conference was such an amazing opportunity for ITLs to get together and to learn and grow and to meet other members of the Canadian legal market who support us. And so it was great to find community, and it was an amazing event.
Thank you so much, Michael!
Thank you.
Hi, Jonathan!
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How was your experience being at the ITL Conference 2026?
Oh, it's been excellent. It's been excellent. All the speakers yesterday were great, and yeah, the gala is just fantastic.
Amazing. Thanks for chatting with us today.
All right, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Hi, Chanel.
Hi.
Chanel is one of the planning and volunteer members who helped plan the ITL conference. So Chanel, tell us a little bit about yourself and your firm and how it was planning the ITL Conference 2026.
Hi, yeah, so thank you so much, Ella, for interviewing me. My name is Chanel Anne-Marie Atching. The name of my law firm is Camry Law Professional Corporation, which is a merger of my first, middle, and last name. I practice in the space of real estate, immigration, estate, and corporate law. Yeah, I'm a sponsorship co-lead at the ITL Conference alongside the lead sponsorship, which is Antonio Urdaneta. And my experience as volunteer sponsorship co-lead at the ITL Conference was just phenomenal. From the logistics team to the publications team to the sponsorship team to the exhibition team, we all band together to ensure that this wonderful gala event and our 3-day conference event came to life. And I'm so pleased and happy to see, the turnout and everyone here and the experience that we can provide to upcoming lawyers, ITLs, lawyers who are on their way and in the making
like me.
To become lawyers, like Ella herself.
Like me.
And yeah, so
that's
it.
Thank you so much, Chanel.
You're welcome.
Hi, Roden. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much.
How did you like the ITL conference? What was your favorite part?
Justice Jamal. She did an excellent speech today. I mean, it inspires us, and especially for international students.
Yes.
Right? We like what she said, and then especially the people here. They're all lovely, and we enjoyed the gala today.
Thank you.
So it's a very good experience and an unforgettable one. So,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks. Say bye.
Thank you, Ella. Bye.
Say subscribe to Ella's YouTube channel.
Yeah, please subscribe, and
like and share.
And put the notifications
Thank you. Yes. Okay, this is the end of the event, you guys. Oh my God, amazing. Day 3 of 3 checked out at the ITL Conference 2026. It's an amazing. I hope you enjoyed my Judge Judy fit. You will see a video of my dress, but I met a lot of cool people, and you all already saw that. Shout out to the organizers of these events, to the sponsors, to the speakers, to the guests, to everyone who came and made this event what it is today. I am so proud to be an internationally trained law graduate, to be an NCA candidate. Special shout out to Waldeboro Delise for sponsoring my ticket to this event. This video will be incomplete without me thanking my own sponsors. So yeah, if you've reached up onto this point, remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos, and I'll catch you all in my next one. Have a very wonderful good night all the way from out here in the Marriott Hotel, downtown Toronto. Bye!
Not only to his distinction as a jurist, but as a symbol of inclusion and possibility within the Canadian legal landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a rousing welcome to Justice Jamal as he comes to the podium.
Thank you, Erin, for that very kind introduction. C'est un plaisir d'être ici ce soir. I'm really delighted to speak to this group of internationally trained lawyers. I've been asked to try and give you some tips, some advice about making your way in the Canadian legal profession. I'm going to talk a little bit about networking later, and the reason I'm here is actually because of networking. Lotus knows my son, and through my son invited me to be here. So I'll talk a little bit about networking later on. The second thing I would say is that when you're invited to speak at an event, make sure you're not going to be following two extremely funny comics. One who will advise you, as she stands here, to get out of the law, and will be telling you about the cost of a cat behaviorist and the dangers of saving squirrels and contributing to the ultimate squirrel center. And also to be followed by an equally funny comic who can talk to you about the relationship between dentistry and colonoscopy and how judges and lawyers look like penguins. So it is a very great pleasure, as I've said, to speak to you this evening at this gala. Truly, when I look around this room, I see the future of the Canadian legal profession. Not just because you are the next generation of lawyers, but also because of how you got here. Many of you have already built careers in another country. You've earned the trust of clients, you know what that means. You've mastered a different legal system. And then, rather than resting on that, you chose to come to another country and to start again. That takes a particular kind of courage and resilience. And if I may be permitted to say so, it's exactly the kind of courage and resilience that Canada needs, and the Canadian legal profession needs. You are on your way to joining a profession in which I've been very proud to have been a member for more than 30 years. It has given me many more opportunities than I ever could have imagined. And I say that as someone who, when I went to law school, had almost no idea of what I was getting into. Now I know that many of you have already qualified and practiced elsewhere or on the path to do so, and are now beginning afresh in Canada. So I really do want to congratulate you first of all for getting this far. It's not a small accomplishment at all. Like some of you, I know something about the challenges of moving around. As you heard, I was born in Kenya, grew up in England, came to Canada as a teenager, first to Edmonton, then to Toronto, then to Montreal, then to the United States, then to Ottawa, then to Toronto again, and now I'm back in Ottawa. I have some personal understanding of what it means to arrive somewhere without any network, without a community, and to have to build one from scratch. It's something that I think we have in common, because I know that each of you understands that all too well. When I first arrived in Toronto in the mid-1980s, I didn't know anybody. I certainly didn't know any lawyers. I later went into the law because I thought it might be interesting and would give me a stable job, which tells you something about what little I knew about the future, my future in the law. I suspect that most of you were more prepared than I was. But for anybody in this room who has doubts, who still has doubts about the choices that they have made to re-qualify in Canada and the sacrifices that I know that requires, let me just say this. Whether you end up practicing law or doing something entirely different with your legal training, you will not regret, I'm quite sure, you will not regret becoming qualified as a lawyer in Canada. Because the law opens doors. It gives you standing. It gives you ways to help people that few other credentials can match. Now, I also want to say a few words about the role that you will play in shaping this country into the future. Now, when I arrived in Canada the year before the Charter was adopted, there was a lot of talk about the Charter. I did not know, I did not believe, and I certainly could not have anticipated that one day I would have a role in interpreting it. So what I say to you is that the law is not just a technical discipline. It reflects the values that we have as a society, and it shapes those values in return. As we know, and as you know, Canada is among the freest and most stable countries in the world, in large part, not exclusively, but in large part because of the quality of our legal institutions. But at the same time, our institutions, and including our legal institutions, are not perfect. Our legal system is always a work in progress, and you, the people in this room, will have a real hand, a very real hand in how it evolves. And that is no small thing. So let me do what I said I would do, which is to offer you 6 suggestions, things that I've learned, often the hard way, that I hope will be of use to you as you finish your studies perhaps, commence your articlings, or begin your careers here in Canada. The first is this, and I think you've already heard this tonight, and that is that the law is a relationship business. And that's more so than almost any other profession. Clients hire lawyers they trust, not necessarily the most technically brilliant ones. Partners bring work to people they like working with. Referrals come from friends. I know some of you may feel that you're starting at a disadvantage because your professional roots were elsewhere. But I would ask you to flip that framing completely. You are not behind. You are at the beginning of a new network. And the person sitting next to you, on your left and on your right, at dinner tonight, is part of that new network. I've been at this now for more than 3 decades, and I'm still regularly surprised by the way that the people you meet early in your career keep turning up in unexpected places, doing things you never would have predicted. A classmate becomes a judge. A study partner becomes running a major practice group. Someone you helped out with notes in your first year refers you a significant client 15 years later. This happens all the time. Some of my most significant clients as a lawyer were from friends in law school or people I knew early in my career. So I say that you should invest in the people around you and stay in touch, form friendships and stay in touch, and use the tools available to you, which includes things like professional associations, alumni networks, all of those things. The Canadian legal community is much smaller and much more connected than it looks. My second suggestion is to seek out the advice of others. In my experience, senior members of the bar are generally very happy and often are genuinely pleased to share what they've learned, especially with someone who is earnest about asking. When I was a young lawyer, I was never shy about seeking guidance, and it always helped me. And just about every time when I asked, somebody gave me some time. And I think that matters, especially for those of you coming into the Canadian legal community from the outside. There are many people in this profession, and many in this room, who have been exactly where you are, who arrived without local connections or local confidence, and who have gone on to build distinguished careers. So find out who they are, ask them how they did it, Most will say yes to a conversation if you ask them properly. My specific suggestion is to identify 2 or 3 people whose careers you genuinely admire and ask those people, contact them and ask them for a half an hour of their time. Not to ask for a job, just to learn from them. You will be surprised how often the answer is yes, and how much a single well-prepared conversation, if you are well-prepared, how much that conversation can give you. My third tip, if you can call it that, is to embrace failure. I've had many, many opportunities to practice embracing failure. I lost cases from C to C to C, and in both official languages. I lost cases in common law, in civil law, in tax law, in competition law, in constitutional law, both the division of powers and the charter. So I've had lots and lots of opportunities for failure. And I can't say I always managed it gracefully, but I have tried. When I applied for my first job in the law, I wrote to literally dozens of law firms and received nearly as many rejection letters. I was rejected not once, but twice by the law firm where I ultimately spent my entire career and ultimately became a senior litigation partner. As I said, I've lost cases that I expected to win, and I've applied for many roles that I dearly wanted but did not get. Rejection is not enjoyable, but I've learned something, or I tried to learn something from each experience, even when the lesson was just that I needed to keep on going. One of the most important things I learned in the legal profession is you have to be still standing. Things happen and opportunities come to you if you're still standing. And so you have to have resilience and continue even when you have setbacks. Now I know that this can be particularly hard for immigrants. There's often a feeling, and it's not an irrational feeling, that you're being watched more closely and perhaps judged more harshly, and that you cannot afford the same setbacks as some people who arrived with more advantages. Now I understand that feeling, but I would ask that you not, and I would counsel that you not make it that it not define you and not make you overly cautious. Setbacks are not in any way disqualifying. Most careers that look clean and linear from the outside are in fact full of detours and wrong turns. People just don't put their failures on their resumes. My fourth suggestion, and this is a very important one, and that is to get out of the office. And I say this as someone who spent far too many years not doing that, far too many years in the library, the law library, or behind a computer. Lawyers, as we know, are prone to a kind of professional cabin fever or tunnel vision. The work piles up, as we know, the hours mount, and the outside world starts to feel, and our families and our friends start to feel like a distraction rather than the point. The antidote I've learned for cabin fever and for losing this important sense of perspective, which is so obvious, but is harder than it sounds, is simply to get involved in the legal profession. You should view the profession you are joining as not a profession that is somebody else's profession that you've been graced with membership in. You should have a sense of ownership. This is your profession, and you should act like an owner of the profession. For those of you who are joining this community as newcomers, engagement with the profession is not just personally enriching. It will genuinely accelerate your career. It establishes your reputation in ways that excellent but invisible work never will. If you can, get involved in the Canadian Bar Association, the Ontario Bar Association, the Advocate Society, the Canadian Association of Black Lawyers, the Federation of Asian Canadian Lawyers, the South Asian Bar Association, or any number of other community and professional organizations. I have watched colleagues whose careers were genuinely transformed by involvement in these associations and communities. Not because they were networking strategically, but because they showed up and did good work and became known as people worth knowing. My fifth suggestion is that you should give back. You should try to give back. We are enormously fortunate in this profession. We are more fortunate than most people in this country, and far more fortunate than most people in the world. To have the education, standing, and the skills that comes with being a lawyer or a near lawyer, as many of you are qualifying, I know. That qualification, that ability to navigate the complexity of the law creates an obligation. And that obligation is not a trivial one. You can give back to the profession and to the community in many ways. You can do pro bono work, you can work in community legal clinics, you can mentor someone who is where you were 5 years ago or 2 years ago. You can help a newly arrived immigrant navigate a system that is opaque and intimidating for most people who encounter it for the first time. And you will find that being able to do these things, knowing how to navigate the complexity of the Canadian legal system, is an extraordinary privilege and responsibility. So use that knowledge, that skill, not only for your own advancement. Nobody will begrudge you that, but I think it behooves us all to try and use it to help others who haven't had our good fortune. And I will say this plainly, the pro bono work that I did as a lawyer and the mentoring relationships that I had, both as the mentee and the mentor, are among the things that I am most proud of in my career. In many ways, much more so than the cases that I argued for paying clients. And sixth and finally, I would say this, you should enjoy what you're doing. I know that sounds very easy to say and is harder to do, particularly with student debt and other challenges that people early in their careers have. And especially when you're carrying the weight of everything you left behind or sacrificed to be here. Because I know that many of you are living not just your own dreams, but also the hopes and dreams of the people who have believed in you and supported you along the way and have made it possible to be here, for you to be here tonight. I understand that that is a real weight. But I want to say something that I wish someone had said to me earlier in my career, and that is that the career is the journey, not just the destination. The years that you will spend building clients, building relationships with colleagues, preparing cases, preparing arguments, the problems that you will be working on at 11 o'clock at night, that is not the warm-up. That is the thing itself. So do not be in such a hurry to arrive somewhere that you miss what's happening around you on the way there, in your friendships, in your communities, and elsewhere. There will inevitably be hard stretches. The law is not an easy profession. And sometimes it beats you down. It offers great opportunity, but it can be a tough gig. There will be nights when you genuinely wonder what you are doing and why. In those moments, and I certainly have those moments, in those moments I hope you'll remember that the same qualities that got you here tonight and allowed you to keep going when it would have been easier to stop are precisely the qualities that will see you through. They are not common qualities. People in this room already have them, because if you did not have them, you would not be here tonight. So let me close with this. The Canadian legal profession is better because of people like you. Your backgrounds, your perspectives, your experience internationally with other legal systems and other ways of thinking about the law and justice. These are not things to apologize for or to overcome or to forget. They are what you bring to the table. And the Canadian legal profession needs what you bring to the table. Merci de m'avoir invité à vous parler ce soir. Thank you for inviting me to be here and to speak with you tonight. I wish you every success in your careers. Je vous souhaite tout le succès possible dans votre carrière. Thank you.
This is going to be a very long vlog.